Hi, I'm Ryan McFarland, the Athletics and Activities Director, and I'm going to give you a tour of some of the facilities that have changed at AISC since you were maybe here. One of the things you'll notice is that we've changed our logo, and the AISC's logo, maybe since you were last at school, has changed. And now we've got a little bit more color. We've got a new bit of splash of mango in it. So we're still blue and white, but got a little additional mango in there. I'm on Raptor Field. This is a artificial turf field. That's a futsal. It actually fits 2 tennis courts end to end, and it's located behind the gymnasium and sort of faces the front of the FAC building. And let's go in there. 2011, 2012, AISC made this cafeteria, the main cafeteria at AISC. The kitchen here behind me is where all the food on campus is now made. And this building is the ground level floor of the FAC. Theater comes with 2 green rooms, stage, prop areas, and all the lights, bells, and whistles for that. Now I don't have time to show you every single classroom, but maybe a view of some of the specialized classrooms in the FAC gives you a taste for where we're going with things in the facility. The 2013-2014 school year, one of the biggest improvements that we had made was actually in the locker rooms. Now, this is my first year at the school, but the locker rooms, changing stalls, and shower areas were all considerably updated to be a little bit more modern. The area of improvement that got the most attention in 2013-2014 was not the locker rooms. It was this space called the iHub. It's partially cafeteria, partially shop, and here you can see a little bit of a cafe feel. Now this is right outside of the pool. I don't remember what it was called before. Like I said, this happened right when I got at the school, but the space is enclosed and air conditioned and very popular, especially with middle school students, it seems, during their lunch breaks. 2014-2015 saw a lot of different changes. One of them was identifying that we needed more directional indicators. So elementary ended up with green, whole school with blue, middle school with orange, and high school with red. And so you'll see these colors throughout the theme of campus here forward. Elementary school plaza also was overhauled. This used to be where the playground equipment was, but now there's an amphitheater, and they started to place some of what were made earlier that year. The horses of A&R started being placed around campus. The playground equipment from the elementary school courtyard was moved out next to the field and given special cover. Also that year, the library, the CIC, Collaboration and Inquiry Center for the high school, was renovated. The elementary and middle school library also has undergone significant renovations, probably since you've been here. Certainly since you've probably been in these grades. We hosted a conference which really spurred a lot of physical renovations to the way that the space looks. Been on the second floor of the library. I don't even have the lights on. You can tell how bright and colorful this space is. Super welcoming, and there's lots of engaging spaces to be in, like this room here, or this whiteboard, and learning spaces. One of the places I love to take people through if they're doing a tour of campus is the PE equipment room, because you can have a nice gym but not have stuff for it, and we've got some stuff for it. But also that year we also saw a renovation of the gymnasium space, including bleachers that are automated. Just press a button. I don't have the lights on in here, but the fitness room every year got new equipment. Whether it's CrossFit style equipment, new cardio equipment. We got a giant rack here in the middle of the room, and still have access to all of the machines that we have, and a dedicated yoga and dance space. The Hall of Light was also renovated, as well as the BBT. BBT stands for Black Box Theater, and as you can see, it's not so black boxy anymore. even the acoustic treatment. The Elementary Design Studio, which is a makerspace of sorts, lots of equipment and tools. This is where some classes would do lab type projects. The gym roof was also renovated. It's got 4 dedicated tennis courts and a small 2-lane jogging track around the outside. 2016 also saw a pretty big renovation of the main courtyard, now called the Unity Courtyard, with this fountain, new tile work, nice landscaping. It's a wonderful spot to be. A little bit hard to see right now because it's full of padding. But this is the high school commons, an area that was actually sort of where there had been a campus store, and after that it was a PE classroom. And now it's an open area for high school students to use during their time between classes. Another space is the middle school and high school DT lab, which has spots for robotics, spots for 3D rendering, a fairly extensive workshop with 3D printers, laser engravers, and all sorts of woodworking and metalworking equipment. The classrooms that we're going to be seeing once we're back on campus are going to be different. Going to have to hand sanitize. There'll be screen doors and windows. Teachers might be tucked away behind some plexiglass. And it's possible some students may also be behind some barriers. We've also made big improvements that you can't see. Inside our air handling units, there's now ultraviolet and HEPA filtration. We've made some subtle changes, like I mentioned, the screens, but there's also made it so that windows can open. And so high school, who we expect to be on campus first, also have updated classrooms. This one's temporarily set up in a way that we might expect to be learning in the future. We've got a series of microphones. There would be a camera operated right there, a screen showing the students who are learning from home, and then the teacher presenting as usual. Physically distanced and assisted by technology. In 2016-2017, we began overhaul of classrooms. This one's an elementary classroom. You can tell because of the color of the chairs. And many of the classrooms then ended up with pods that connect one classroom to the next with a shared learning space in between. Same goes for middle school classrooms. One classroom we connected to another via a small pod that can be used for classes, and then the larger classroom. Same here in one of the kindergarten classrooms, or EY. Depends on what year you were here and what we called it. But they link from one to the other, lots of specialized furniture, and the connectivity from one class to the next gives them a lot more of a community feel. The MADRAS Cafe is a spot on campus for parents to be able to spend time on campus and be a little bit more comfortable as they do so in this very much cafe. This area used to be just storage, and now it's a great play area for early years kids. The outdoor learning center. It's got these play structures and what's called a wet kitchen over here, just for some outdoor experiential play. 2018-2019, we undertook a big project on the field part of the school where we put in a large synthetic surface track. It's 286 meters, which is a really weird distance, but it's the biggest track that we could fit while still retaining as much of the grass field as possible. In 2018-2019, the track wasn't the only thing that was renovated. We continued with office space and classroom renovations. This is the elementary office. Another space that was renovated in 2018-2019 is the health office. Pretty nice. Gotta make a quick stop. Yeah, we have an all-gender restroom. Boys and girls welcome. I'm not gonna give a year-by-year play-by-play of the improvements made to the swimming pool, but you can see shade structures built around the perimeter, and the pool deck is a different color. We even had to, well, you know what? I'm sweating through this mask anyway. Let me go show you. You can't quite see it, but we also Took some time to, well, let me show you. I waterboarded myself. These right here are ultraviolet light filters. So the water comes in and is bombarded with ultraviolet light as it goes back out to the pool. So there's a ton of subtle and invisible things which have been upgraded on campus, from the Wi-Fi to underground diesel storage tanks, redoing of floors and things like that. But this is one space that's not very subtle. This was the outdoor gym that is now enclosed with a view of the courtyard and the track and the field. That's the end of the tour. If you felt like, oh man, they didn't have that when I went to school there, I know, I hear that every time. Every year, students are coming back from college or visiting, they comment about the improvements that have been made. AIC is constantly striving to make this the best experience for students, and it's amazing to imagine what the future may hold. Talk to you next time.